Hi guys and welcome to a new video of Bitcoin Edge. Today we're talking with SlurpXBT. You might have seen him on Twitter before, but yeah, today we are interviewing him. Slurp, how are you?
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm good. I'm good. Celebrating Easters and eating a lot of eggs.
Nice. Chocolate eggs?
Yeah, and also like the real ones.
Oh, good, nice. So Slurp, how did you get into crypto or trading? Uh,
Oh, that's actually like a long story. Like I knew crypto for like a long time.
mm-hmm,
When I was 8, I first time came about it on the Pirate Bay. Then I like just forget about it.
mm-hmm,
And then like more seriously, I started after the March 2020 crash. And that's from there. Like then I got also the job at the commodity desk, and yeah, been trading since then.
cool. And like, how did it go? How did you start trading it? What were you looking at? What were the first things you got into contact with?
The first thing was mainly just spot. Like I've held some spot from 2017, but that's
Mm-hmm.
just like the story that
Yeah,
it's
everybody
just
has.
just the usual story from
Yeah.
everybody. So I don't think it's worth mentioning. Just like made
Mm-hmm.
some gains and right back down.
Mm-hmm.
I had some spot. Then yeah, I discovered the futures and gambled a bit on them. And then I don't know, I discovered like the weird correlation with the premiums, like Coinbase versus the perpetuals, and
Mm-hmm.
then like everything clicked together when I discovered that and just been trading based off that. And like lately that edge kinda diminished and
Mm-hmm.
like it's just not useful anymore, I think. Or at least in current conditions, just like meh.
Yeah, I totally agree. I did the same as well, mostly, and yeah, I kind of agree. And like since or like how long are you trading for at a commodities desk now?
It's like my first week was actually when the oil crashed to negative numbers, so
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
it was a bumpy ride.
wow.
But I trade at electricity, so I was not exposed to that market. But I saw the people on the other departments were
Ooh,
sad faces and like
yeah.
some real panic.
I can understand that. Oh man, that feels like yesterday to me. Like, man. Um, so yeah, that was a bumpy ride, and hmm, like how do you trade based off this? Is it just looking at the charts or looking at news, or how do you trade things like that?
The at commodity desk or the
Yeah.
crypto?
I'm just commodities. I'm just
Oh,
curious.
what we do? I work at basically the OTC market maker for the electricity.
Mhm.
So it's not like the Tabasco thingy where we would
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
provide liquidity, but we're just like partners call us, like they say, okay, we need to sell that and that energy, and like we tell them the rate, and
Mhm.
then we go to exchanges, get the energy, and sell to the partners.
Okay. Interesting.
It's mostly business to business.
I see. Okay. And back to crypto. Like, do you have any professional experience in crypto, or how did you get on about that, or how did you make the change, or how did you evolve in your trading for crypto?
Well, the first exposure was just only spot, and
Mm-hmm.
the 2017 was like the painful lesson,
Yeah.
and I would say 2017 and 2018 made me like too much bearish on everything, so I was not taking advantage of the bull run as much
Mm-hmm.
as I could. Like I was scared to like, and then of course I gambled on futures. Then I was scared to lever up when I had to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just traded the trends. Like I had some basic trend bots that I've run that were like really successful.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, I just like discovered them when and I made the bots like somewhere around. Yeah, I made the bots somewhere around here when we were at first time 40k on the Elon candle.
Mm-hmm.
Then I discovered then I run bots like the 2 runs up. And I tried them there, but they would get slaughtered. I was like actually pretty lucky that I turned them off because they would like perform really poorly, then
What kind of bots were you running?
just basic moving averages, nothing like. But it was well performing. Like if I would run from the 10k to like 40k, I would make from 10 grand, I think like 10 million.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was like it's turbo leverage, like 3x leverage and cross, and just riding the trend.
Wow.
It's really simple. It took me like 1 weekend to make it. Like I've run this whole way up. I've run the bot on Ethereum. It was like a really good performance.
Wow.
Yeah, and basically I mostly trend trade, and I'm trying with ranges right now.
Yeah, and ranges. How's that going for you? Is that good or?
I would say like it's going okay. Like I'm not doing with any size because just learning, but yeah, I'd say it's okay. Like I'm not losing a lot. I'm not making much, so
Yeah.
just usual learning curve, and especially like now conditions are so shit. Like there's absolutely no participation. Like if you check this, like dead market, then you get like spike up, and there's dead market, spike down again.
Yeah.
And when it's ranges, like let's say if you would want to play like this kind of deviation, like I'm not used to be in position for long. And when the price stalls, like I just exit and then it moves my way. So yeah, lots of work to be done, but.
Yeah, I understand. And do you change markets as well a lot just to find something trending?
Yeah, if I see that altcoins will perform, I'll usually chase the beta, like everybody does. But I like to stick, like for the usual trading, I like to stick to the L1s and BTC and ETH. And then maybe some on-chain plays, but.
Okay, and how do you like? What do you do with the on-chain plays you spot? Because you have a Discord server about that as well. Like a lot of people are watching these videos, and do not completely understand everything, or maybe new to something. So can you tell a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, I have Discord. Maybe I could share the Discord server.
Sure. I'm totally cool with
that. So I do just stop streaming and open another window, right?
Sure.
Discord. Okay. Should be fine. Okay, can you see it?
Not yet. Oh, 1 second. Yep, we can see.
You should see. Okay, like this is my Discord, and pretty much every morning I run my scrappers, and the first thing I check is like the new coins. Like today was actually nothing on the, and then the coins get sorted by the chain. So there was one coin on Ethereum, and if the name is okay, I will probably check the website and then dig down further if it's promising, and then I just check all the chains and see if anything useful. But like lately, it's just trash. Like mostly just trash. Especially Binance. Like Binance was just some flocky coins and Shiba fakes. And then I have like the wallet tracking, which is like this is like just the tip of the iceberg of wallet tracking. When I check the aggregated wallet, like I track like 250 plus addresses, and I check what's been going in and what's going out, and then I maybe check the BTC addresses. Like I mostly just check what the top 100 active wallets are doing. If they're selling, they're buying. And then I check the exchange wallets, what's been happening, and this is pretty useful. Like you can see a lot of, like there's like huge BNB deposit, and I pretty much just check, and if there's an outlier, I'll probably go see what the chart looks like, and if it's a good short, or maybe, and just see maybe if there's any news or something happened, and then you can go by exchange if there's some fishy things. And yeah, after all day, after I run Reddit, if there's any new coins or coins removed, it will just type out. And there's also like the DeFi section, also all the new DeFi protocols that get on the DeFi Llama. I scrap the DeFi Llama. If there's anything new, you just like puts it in here, and also by the chain. And if it multi-chain, goes to multi-chain. And there are some futures which I need to fix because it's not working correctly. And there's some market data, basically just performance of the market. I do like 3 day, 1 week, 2 week, 1 month. And you can see like pretty much now the Dynacoins and big caps are the best performance. And there's also correlations. This is the top, which are most uncorrelated coins and volume adjusted. So I would usually long like the least correlated coins to BTC. I would just long, like for example, Doge, Zilliqa right now, and XRP and Waves, I guess, also near. And pretty much just logging the most uncorrelated coins because you're least likely to get wrecked if the BTC dumps.
Yeah. Good point.
And yeah, and this is pretty much it. Like, actually, I will open the extended wallet tracker soon. But yeah, this will be paid. It will be paid to Discord because there was too much work put into just give it out for free.
Yeah, good point. Smart as well. And how do you like use it in your day? You do some non-correlated things with Bitcoin, and do you have like good returns on those trades, or how do you?
Usually, the least correlated coins they will trend hard. Like, for example, let's find something. For example, Luna. Like Luna in here, even just here, it started like in this part. Like the really low correlation started, and I would just long, and then it really started performing well. And it was like the least correlated coin to BTC, like all this way. And then it started correlating to BTC again, and then you just get out when its correlation goes back to the 1 or becomes high. So yeah, anything below like 0.2 is like really good for start to playing it. And anything above like 0.8 is like get out. It will be correlated. If BTC dumps, the coin will also dump.
Good point. And what were some of your biggest mistakes during the way? I'm just hopping subjects,
Yeah. The biggest mistake probably not learning how to sell in 2017. That would be one. And yeah, gambling on futures. Like I actually at the start I didn't actually know how the leverage worked, and I was just like, okay, setup looks good, like 5x. And I would just like 5 or 10x. Like I would use not my risk management, how much I would lever up based on but it was not like how much your stop is, but how confident I was in the trade and just lever up. And then of course I got wiped out a couple times.
Yeah. Good point. And like do you have anything from your basically real job, like let's call it like that. But do you take anything knowledge with you to crypto? Like what did you learn in your real job and what are you using in crypto?
Mostly just coding because at the job I mostly do automation. Let's say I build tools for execution and all that. So I mostly like learn coding in the job and then like transfer it to crypto. But from the trading perspective, not that much actually, because like electricity is so different. You just can't use anything in crypto.
Yeah, good point.
It's maybe the concepts of trading, like how to do ARBs on that, but in crypto ARBs are like so efficient now that there's almost no opportunity.
Yeah, and I would say in a real wild bull market, there are some ARB opportunities because there's just not enough capital. If you looked at the differences at the tops, for example, or after the Elon pump, things like that, you saw stuff running so out of order, like there were some opportunities.
But you need to be quick. Like the type of ARBs that we're doing, it was like more like when you could ARB the Korea and like US exchanges in 2017-18. Like this is the type of ARBs we do. Let's say at the desk, if somebody from the South south of Balkan calls us like, I need that energy, we will give them that energy from the Germany and we will take the difference. Because the prices are vastly different in Germany and Balkan, so.
I see.
It's pretty much just taking advantage of the advanced infrastructure.
I see. Yeah, good point. And do you use anything with order flow as well and stuff? Do you trade on that, or is it?
Oh, not really. I'm not gonna look at lower than 3-minute candles on that. Of course, I will look at CVD and all that things that come with it, but I'm not going to watch where the 50 million order was put in. Like I'm not doing order flow.
I see. Interesting. And technical analysis, do you use that? Any of that?
I mean, technical analysis. This is like I think the most misunderstood thing. All trading, like technical analysis, is like nothing. I mean, it's really useful to get like your entries and those, but in the end, you would never just put something because like rising wedge broke down or something like that. Like the most I will use is like ranges, and then I will use derivatives data and all that. And also, of course, horizontals and that. But I like clean charts. I will use RSI. I like the RSI because of the momentum, and I will use the premiums and OI and some other like stock RSI like that for trends and momentum. And moving averages, like nothing too fancy. Like, but I'm not gonna say like, okay, I'm gonna long because let's go to 5. I'm not gonna short just because this will break down here.
Yeah, I feel you. And I totally agree with you. You know, there's other things moving the market. I do like trend lines and stuff. You know, but if everybody and their mom is is positioned in a certain way, price won't go there. At least that is how.
I definitely use the TA for the risk management. Like, let's say, okay, this is if this stuff like this, I will use this. Yeah. If I see the market is weak and I will enter in the short, yeah, I definitely gonna be this will be my stop, for example, and yeah, I'm gonna get out if it goes back above but this is more like ranges.
Yeah.
Like trader resistance, like deviation.
Yeah, I totally agree. No, I'm just trying to get to know your style, you know.
Yeah, I have a couple strategies. Like mostly it's like trend based and range based. And then I like to do options when they're underpriced.
Oh, really?
Like this is my favorite thing. Like when I see that like realized volatility is above implied for the long periods of time, and I can see if the market will expand, I will just like buy a shit ton of options.
Really?
Because they're so cheap. Like your risk management of futures, like let's say you risk 1R on futures and you want to risk the same amount on options, like you will get bigger position on options and you don't have the liquidation and stop loss and all that.
Yeah.
Like it's more efficient. But this is rare. Like I have a couple of scripts that just check the implied volatility and I calculate the realized and see which products are underpriced or overpriced.
Good. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I don't have a lot of option experience, but quite interesting to hear. How did you get into options, if I may ask?
I don't know really. Like I just discovered that a bit and say, okay, let's try this. And firstly, I was just playing to see how they work, and then I listened a couple podcasts. Like I think Avi did some good insights on options, and yeah, I read a couple articles, basic, and that's it. And just trial and error then. Like I'm not actively trading options. I just when I see the
time is right.
The time is right. Let's say, for one example, would be when realized is above implied, and then if I see like really good swing opportunity, for example, when it broke down, like I bought a lot of puts here. Like I say, okay, I don't wanna be in futures in this Goy grinder. I just wanna have downside exposure, and not have a stop loss. So yeah, and I wrote like down here the puts.
Oh, wow.
This was like good trade. Options are good for swings in my opinion, but yeah, definitely the decay can kill you if you buy something in here. Let's say yes, I'm bullish. I think it's gonna go up, and you buy calls, and until price reaches here, your call will deteriorate.
Yeah. Interesting. And so that were some good trades you had in options then.
Yeah, options were actually my one of the best trades. Like one of the best trades with options was like I would truckload of puts in here, and I wrote it like halfway.
No
It was
way.
like really good trade.
Wow.
But this was also like something degen. Like I risked like 10% of my portfolio into puts because I said, okay, this is gonna nuke, and yeah, I made good
This was
money.
basically
But
when Elon Musk became was
yeah,
basically
when Elon
flooding, you
Musk
know?
say they will stop
Yeah.
Tesla will stop payments with BTC, and then I also literally like truckload up against back here because I said, okay, I'm bullish below like I think 38, and then I scaled into I think it was December futures or September futures. And I forgot that Binance by default gives you mark price as a stop loss.
Yeah.
And the spot was trading at 33 when it nuked. The futures were trading at 27, and then spot nuked to 30. Like 30k was my stop loss. And I got executed like 20% or 30% below my stop loss. And I think I wiped whole trading account there. Like it was not big account, but yeah, I pretty much gave away all the gains.
Oh yeah, that sucks. Have you yeah, those things are like for listeners, you know, like check out what the product you're trading, you know, what it liquidates you on. Most perps, you know, have an index price. Check out how the index price is made up. And most futures, like quarterly futures, you know, liquidate you on the price of the futures. So yeah, I had a friend catching a really big liquidation in the March 2020 on some futures, quarterly futures on BitMEX. But they went, I believe, 25% under even the per price. I believe it was, if I remember correctly, or at least like way below. Spot,
Yeah,
of course.
it's nasty. From this point further, I've always checked that your stop loss is last price, unless you specifically want mark price. But
yeah,
I learned the hard way. Like
yeah.
I'm pretty much Binance also made a huge loss on my account, and like because spot account they didn't deduct anything from a spot account, but I'm pretty sure Binance made like at least like a 10k loss from.
Okay, that's good. You know, if you hear the exchange takes your pain. So yeah, and you know, like guys, you can also, you know, if you do use a stop loss, isolate your margin, you know, to make sure if you catch slippage, you know, it won't be, you know, like sometimes you rather catch a liquidation than catch slippage on your stop, for example, if you make it isolated. Some things to think about. Also, if you go to the podcast I had with Salsa Tequila, he had a really cool story about how he made use of that on Deribit back in the time. I'm not sure if you heard it, Slurp. A little bit off topic.
I haven't heard the podcast with Salsa, like at least not with you. I heard a couple of his podcasts, but we'll probably check out yours.
He told a story of how he bought perps on Deribit, if I remember correctly, and they went way lower than the index price or mark price, and you could use your unrealized profit, because the unrealized and realized profit also went with the index price. So he entered, and he was instant. You know, like the
instant
price
profit.
Bought, yeah, like the index price was still at 5k or something, and he was buying at 3k, and he was then like, you know, instantly in big profit, unrealized profit. So he
and
could
he could buy more with unrealized.
Yeah.
Damn.
yeah, so he made big bank on that that event, and I was just sitting shitless, you know, like I was like shitting myself that day. I remember, but yeah. Anyway, back to you. Where were we? Yeah, like your messed up trade over there. Um, did you recover that, or how did you like went on mentally with that loss? For example, was it hard, or are you cold in that, or?
I mean, like from the gambling days on the futures, like I pretty much learned how to just like, okay, I'm gonna close and move on. It's not a big deal. Of course, it's painful, but
Yeah.
yeah. The next day I opened another trade like yesterday, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I'm pretty. This is my. I think it is my good point. Like I'm not gonna tilt and be like, oh my god, I've been losing, and I'm just gonna yeah, fuck it, it happened, and let's go forward.
yeah. Oh, that's a very good trade. It's a very good trade. It's you know like I don't know like it happens a lot in crypto. You know, people losing their shit and then gambling it away. Um, that is very good. And so right now in current market conditions, what are you mostly looking at or doing? You would say.
I'm mostly sitting in USD, like,
Mm-hmm.
and trying new strategies. Like I haven't been trading that much,
Mm-hmm.
but one of the recent better trades was like, oh, I think this is this. Like yeah, I was heavy short here and just
Oh
right like
wow.
this. Like pretty much trades like this. Like yeah, I captured like 5%, 4.5. Um, yeah, and I called a little bit of this dog one move, but I was like almost certain that like 1 billion buy was, it ain't gonna do it a lot to the
Mm-hmm.
market, and just didn't want to lever up or like go long. And I showed it here. I was yeah. This is why I still with the learning of the ranges, like I said earlier. Like I started shorting here and just didn't have the patience to ride it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think I closed somewhere around here, and then I think the seller bought like 200 mil, and I said okay, and fuck it, I I won't be in this trade anymore, and then actually turned down.
I see. I see. And like, did you also like short it or sell it because of Bitcoin Bitcoin convention in Miami or Bitcoin Miami, or don't you like look at those things or?
I think I'm maybe a little bit, but not main reason. Like the main reason was just like okay, we went above yearly open and then we're below.
Mm-hmm.
And I think market was shit either way. Also, like these premiums of FTX, like this is the only premium that I still pay attention to, is the FTX versus Coinbase.
Really?
And yeah,
And what do you consider bullish then,
bullish.
or
Let's say,
bearish, for example? Like, what
let's
is a
say,
good premium? What is a bad premium to you?
I think it's more in the relative numbers. Like if you say, okay, we're trading like let's say negative, or let's say FTX is below Coinbase.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just see the relative change. You see
Mm-hmm.
premium is like around 0.4 here, and then it jumps like to 8, which is like 100% increase. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a lot, but you just see like the FTX is like shorting, and this is my way of like seeing order flow. I just
Mm-hmm.
see okay, FTX is probably shorting a lot, and then soon after the spike you see okay, people are probably starting to long,
Mm-hmm.
and then all the way back down, and it's green again.
Yeah, I see. I see.
And also, if I check the OI, I think this is the Binance, but Binance, I think it was this. Yeah, you can see people started to ape in, and
Mm-hmm.
then, but yeah, I think the only useful premium right now, FTX versus Coinbase, and maybe Binance versus Coinbase is also.
Yeah, I
Binance USDT, like when Binance USDT, this was like good, really good shit. Binance USDT They always when it's trading above the Coinbase, it's like get out of the market.
Yeah.
But there's also long periods when it's trading below and it's just like downtrend. So
Mm-hmm.
like start to get cautious when it's above, and then figure out what will you do with your time when it's below.
Yeah.
Because you can see, okay, you will see, okay, Binance is trending so much below Coinbase, but yeah, we're also trending down for the 5 months already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a similar indicator. I basically, but have you heard of well, it's for me the best looking indicator. It's the neobutane one for BitMEX, and basically it's index. It's premium, including premium or discounts, including the funding rate. That one is very.
I think I've used it
Yeah.
a bit, but then I made
Your own.
my own, yes,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
And this also changes with the tickers. Like this changes with the tickers. It works only for and it's actually like it's free. Everyone can use. Just type autoperf premiums and you will get it. Yeah, like let's for example, if I go to the Sol USDT perp, it will change. And AVAX, like it's made for all Binance tickers.
Oh, that's nice. I might use that one.
Yeah, it works. I think I didn't add any new pairs, but like majority of the pairs are covered.
Interesting.
And you just switch and you see different premiums.
That's nice.
And it's really useful on altcoins.
Yeah.
Like on the low time frame, we'll get like really high spikes.
Yeah, it's not really. It's more like a days thing, right?
Yeah, like look at this. Like I could go lower. I don't know if I have enough data. No, I can't go there. But yeah, on the low time frame, you can see like big spikes. Like usually you buy big spikes, or you see. I think Mana was like a really good example of how they squeeze it out.
Don't you use auto on TradingView?
Auto?
Yeah, like that one.
What's that?
Yeah. Oh, it just like.
I'm used to that. Like I like that better.
Okay.
I think Mana was a really good example of like mega short squeeze. Like when it was really pumping, and then the premium started. Let's say this futures trading above spot. Yeah, I knew this was gonna squeeze hard, and then like just turbo liquidated people.
Yeah.
And then just perpetual downtrend.
How do you spot your? We were talking about it. In the group, like how do you spot like certain altcoins if they're trending or stuff, or like how do you, like, do you have like something on a watch list or something, or how do you?
I have my own script. I have the script that just basically gives me the returns of the previous day, and I check the high return coins. Oh, it's just like it's just check the top performance and see if they start trending. But this is the current market conditions. When it was full bull market, you could just like have just basic moving averages strategies, and you would be fine. But current conditions are more momentum based. You just need momentum. Your item, like it was Rune. Rune was also good. This is also good short squeeze. Yes, this is pure short squeeze. You can see in the premiums, like started pumping and then just premium increasing, people shorting and just getting liquidated.
And at the top you can see the premiums.
Yeah, and then at the top, at the top's like premium switch and then downtrend.
Yeah, it is perfect like for swing trades.
You need a little bit of like personal opinion what you think the coin will do, but you just can't say okay, it's below spot. Let's long, but
no. It can stay long ways over there. Same with Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin as well. in my indies, you know. I do BitMEX, Coinbase. I do everything versus Coinbase and use Binance, Bybit, BitMEX, and Bitfinex. I all like put them off against Coinbase, and you know, like they can stay very long in discounts. And the thing is, you know, when those discounts get like very high, you know, like something will happen, or it's a buy opportunity, or if it's the
Where's
premiums
the
are getting way out of hand. Time to
where's
short is coming, you know.
Bybit BTC? Yeah, Bybit was. This was why I've been like shorting. The first time I went 60k, like Bybit had super high premiums, like really high, like always about like 0.2 at least in this whole range. And I just knew it's gonna roll over at some point. And then if you check the Coinalyze,
Yeah, you could. That was like I had a funding arb running back then, basically between Bybit and BitMEX, and between Bybit and Bitfinex, because funding was so local on Bybit at the
like
highs.
you could also just see in the OI, like OI was going up all the
Yeah,
way and premiums were high and price was going nowhere. You just knew it's
like
gonna
yeah,
happen sometimes.
yeah, and they never came back to that era. But like I think also, you know, around somewhere at that time, when did USDT perps came out for Bybit? Because a lot of open interest went to USDT on Bybit.
I think they were available. They were available this whole way
Oh,
up, but
okay,
nobody used them. They were
okay.
available, but nobody used them. Then a bunch of people got wrecked. And I think just now Bybit started to get popular again with their USDT perps. Because I think people are just switching from FTX because obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think FTX is like garbage. But their sub accounts are good.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else is just garbage.
Yeah, FTX is not my favorite either. I prefer Bybit, although I do hate them for their
The fee structure
yeah, the
change?
fee. Yeah, like man, I love the rebates. You know, I don't know.
do,
It's
do you know that actually in the let me find Bybit. The in this period
mm-hmm.
you could gain 40% of your ETH just being like spot long and short on Bybit. Like the funding was
Yeah.
so high constantly, you would get how much the increase? Like I think it was period like this. It was 50% increase, but just on funding,
Mm-hmm.
you would get like 40%.
Yeah.
And
And yeah, I
you
mean,
go ahead.
yeah. Back in the day, I was always trading quarterly futures, because back then or like back then, it's still the same. You don't pay any funding, you know, and you collect premiums instead, because for like long swing trades, you know. I used to love that, but then again, you know, like in quarterly futures, you don't have any liquidity when you need it.
The good thing with quarterlies is actually that the fact that there is no liquidity if you can take advantage.
Yeah,
Like this is
yeah.
this is also one of my good trades. On the first top, when on the Coinbase top,
I mean, yeah,
Coinbase listing top, I
like
think this was like one of the good trades. Like I was expecting this gonna top, and I went short. I went short quarterlies that were at like 25% premium, and on this dump, like all the premiums were evaporated to zero, so I got out 25% more of the downside than
yeah,
I would be on perp. This is like really good trade and was pretty obvious.
yeah. I mean, like what was it, June or July 2019, for example? Also, like you know, I
2019.
got out at the exact top. You know, Bitcoin was pumping 20% in one day. That's basically
Oh,
like that one candle. You know, you basically know you have to sell then if you see a candle like that 20% in one day. And I think the quarterly futures were at 15K or something. And yeah, it was basically free money. But also, you know, when the quarterly futures open, there's no liquidity at first in the book, you know, like when they just open, like on the minute, books are empty. So like you can set stink bits or stink asks, you know, and get like really good, good fills.
Never tried that. I mostly just trade perps. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I would go quarterlies and options, like just if I see good opportunity. Like usually quarterlies are overpriced
Mm-hmm.
and options are overpriced, and when they're underpriced for a reason because there's probably no volatility and market is just garbage.
Yeah.
But there are some cases when you can take advantage of.
Yeah, and you know, if you're looking for long term, you know, or if you're like, well, I just want a little bit of leverage in it, you know, and you can hold it out for a long time, you know. I think, you know, since you don't pay any premiums, you know, or sorry, fundings, you get paid a premium in a bull market, you know. Yeah, it is a good option. You can basically sleep with it. The only thing is, you know, if there is a March 2020 case, you're fucked, you know, because like
Yeah.
because there is no liquidity. Like better use no stop loss than a stop loss at all, because you're fucked either way, you know, with a stop loss. Slippage is horrible. So yeah, that is.
I don't trade such size that I would have trouble with slippage. Maybe on some altcoins,
Mm-hmm.
but on BTC, if I would if I have a stop in place, I will always get like in couple dollars. I won't have
Mm-hmm.
slippage, so
Mm-hmm.
I kind of don't have that problem. And I'm also not trading like super low time frames, and
Mm-hmm.
like my stop loss was I like this. I'm not gonna trade like this. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is not gonna be my stop.
Mm-hmm.
I would just put it like this, and
Mm-hmm.
the position size will be lower, and like usually this will be the trade that I would take,
Mm-hmm.
not that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, like lower stop loss, you would have higher size, and yeah, you get slippage. But with my
Mm-hmm.
style, I would rather open two trades. Like let's say I would
You would
short
hedge.
BTC. I would rather short BTC and then like some garbage altcoin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I basically after discovering, because I was always trading at BitMEX. I don't know if you traded on BitMEX before, or BitMEX 2019, or I'm not really recalling that much on when BitMEX was so bad, because I think it was 2019, 2018. BitMEX had like these like a lot of those wicks, you know, shaking people out, and it was good to profit from. Um, But the thing is, like, a few times I was trading on BitMEX, and sometimes I got stopped out, and then I checked just Bybit, for example. You know, Bybit was kind of new back then, and I was checking Bybit, and I'm like, holy F, if I was trading Bybit, you know, I wouldn't even have been stopped out. The fee structure or the rebates were the same. There was no order overload.
I remember I remember this fake. This is when like scam week on BitMEX.
Yeah, yeah, exactly there. Yes,
This
like
this was like super.
like
This was
it's
50%.
yeah, like I mean, even when under what was it, Bitcoin was trading under 10K, and you would grab a few $100 slippage, and you're like, what the on perps, you know?
What? $100 under 10K? That's like
Yeah,
super.
like on BitMEX perp. So I was like, and then you know you see like stops wouldn't even get hit, you know, and then like you start to like, I don't know, be smarter about it, you know, stops on index prices and you name it, you know, but
Like my PTSD was this one on Bybit. Like I was running algo
oh,
like 3x levered,
mm-hmm,
and like at this point I didn't have algo, but I
mm-hmm,
knew this could happen. Like I was just like, how the fuck can I run 3x levered algo when this can happen?
mm-hmm,
And yeah, it didn't happen since then, but yeah, I was like, okay, I knew this can happen, but I I had algo for Bybit,
mm-hmm,
and the ETH liquidity was actually real shit.
mm-hmm.
Like look at this. This was some nasty wicks. But yeah, I never traded on BitMEX.
Mm-hmm.
My first leverage experience was the Bybit casino.
Yeah.
And now I'm mostly using Binance on FTX.
Mm-hmm. I see. Yeah, I'm on Bybit, but I don't know what is best at this moment.
I think it's Binance. Like liquidity is the best.
Mm-hmm.
And like the UI is kinda okay. Like UI on FTX is just garbage. And also the limit orders on FTX, you're gonna get stopped if they get filled.
Yeah.
And liquidity on altcoins on FTX is just pure it's actually a robbery.
Yeah.
Like I think GMT like I think where this is like 1 minute was really stupid. How much was that? It was not that bad, but the spread was super wide, and yeah, you would enter market order with a couple grand, and
Mm-hmm.
you would get slipped. Like I can't imagine what would be if you would have like 100K order or something like that.
Yeah, and that is I think almost the biggest problem I have with FTX. Like it's almost like before you get filled, there's like a bell ringing. Like wait, uh, let us empty the order book real quick. To give this guy some slippage, and then they fill you because it takes so long before you're filled. Um, or is that me on FTX?
Mostly use just market orders on FTX, and of course I use some the TVAPs on Insilico and couple personal ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm most never use limits on FTX unless I'm exiting the position.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you have this terminal of Insilico?
Yeah, I'm using it. Like if I want like simple TVAP, I'm just gonna use the terminal and the scaled orders. Like I'm just using that for. I'm not using it like a lot, but those two features are good.
Yeah, have you tried Bitfinex, by the way?
No, I haven't tried BitMEX.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they have these scaling options and stuff as well, and like basically setting a bunch of limits, and linear and progressive and whatever you want, and that is really nice. Is it a bit like that, or like I haven't used Insilico's terminal. I have heard about it. I have seen some screenshots, but is it paid or is it free or like?
No, it's free. It's free actually.
Okay.
It's free. I like it. You should try it if you want. It's
Yeah.
like it's simple to use and like it works better than FTX UI. Like I can't stand the FTX UI, so I use FTX because they have like good sub accounts, and then I use Insilico for the UI.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that as well. I will check it out. Thanks. Other things you still wanted to share in this interview? Other things we haven't talked about. How do people join your Discord, by the way? Like there's a link on your Twitter, right?
You just go to my profile on Twitter and there's like link.
Oh yeah.
And all free. Just click on the link and you will get into the Discord.
Perfect. I'm gonna go through my list real quick. What is like if you want to say it, like what kind of area did you study before you like what kind of school, university degree?
I did a mechanical engineering on the university. And I studied computer science in the high school.
Nice.
But I think the best thing was just learning how to code by myself after I knew in the high school I learned the concept of coding but nothing advanced. Then in the university was like we use coding for some calculations and then I started coding by myself because I wanted to pull the data from exchanges and then I learned a lot. And also on the job. On the job I learned a lot of coding. Because this is just mostly coding all the time. And some system designs and all that.
Interesting.
But yeah, mechanical engineering, aerospace field.
Wow. Okay, that's that's some hardcore shit, man.
Yeah, lots of maths. Lots of
Mm-hmm.
maths.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, chat. Um, and who would you say is your biggest role model in crypto, or a trader you learned from a lot? Role model is a bit too much, but who learned?
Hmm.
Is it
I
like
I
somebody who influenced you
I I
in this stuff?
I think like the usual Krat and Don, like the
Mm-hmm.
streams, and
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot from SZ, just the concepts. And
Mm-hmm.
then of course I like James Talbot streams and all that. Like pretty much
Mm-hmm.
the mix of everything. Like you can get like a lot of good info
Mm-hmm.
on the Twitter. Like pretty much mix of everything. Like if I see something interesting, like I will always check out and see what I might be missing that somebody else is seeing. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like a specific role model, but
I see, I see. But like, just you pick something up
overall,
there, you pick something up here. Yeah, exactly. Oh, interesting. Um, yeah. Do we have anything else to add?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Is there anything you would want to ask?
Not really. Like maybe again, show them how people can use your free indies, basically on TradingView. What were they called again?
Oh, pre-indices is like you go to indicators and you type out per premium. I think it's this one. Yep,
Okay.
and
Perfect.
just use that.
Perfect. I will stop
And
using
I
it
I
right
also
now.
have a GitHub if anyone wants to use that. Let me just find it. Yeah, I have GitHub, and you can basically use the backtest module from some basic strategies,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get all the data and all that shit.
Perfect. I'm not really a coder, so it's not really my thing. But I hope the viewers it's useful for you guys.
Yeah, I think it's useful because it's one click. Like
Mm-hmm.
you click, you just need to run one script and you will get all the data from let's say you say, okay, I want this and this tickers on this and this time frames, and every time you run it, the script will check what do you have on your computer and what are you missing from the exchange, and the script will pull the latest data.
I see. I see. Perfect. Um, well, your Twitter bio, like your Twitter link, will be in the bio of the video. Guys, make sure to subscribe, follow Slurp on Twitter, and join his Discord. And yeah, we'll be talking on Discord. Slurp, thanks for having us, and
Yeah,
see
thanks
you
for
soon.
having me. It was a good chat.
Yeah, it was a good chat, and see you soon. Okay, man, that was it. Well,
Okay.